Earlier on, yeah.
Alex is one of our newest hosts, and today is my time in the hot seat. This is going to be a fun kind of Q&A hour, breakfast talks, coffee morning talks, and I hope you guys enjoy this new style of show that we're trying out in the mornings.
Yeah.
So if you do have any questions, let us know in the comment section. We won't necessarily be selling anything today, although you know what it is with Luxury Promise. There's never a Luxury Promise show without something gorgeous to add to your collection.
Yeah.
So we will be going through some books today that I actually have all of these.
How many are there?
So we are actually missing the Prada and the Vivienne Westwood one here, but this is what we have left in stock, guys. If you want to build out the collection, just like me, I have all of them on my bookshelves at home, and I love looking through these when I have some time on the weekends to sit and enjoy.
Wow. So can we buy these?
We can buy these today, yes. They are available. They're a limited amount, and further on in the show, we'll go through the Chanel one, which we have open here, and show you guys some of my favorite pages in this book as well.
Do you know my mom, she is like a mother figure to me. My favorite aunt is here right now, and she's a designer. She designed my wedding dress years ago for me, and lots of different things. And she went to the Prada Cafe recently with my brother, and she thought the Coco Chanel exhibit was on in London, but it's not on yet. I think she would love one of these. So
I agree.
We'll see if we can pick one out for my aunt, who's going to be
sure.
leaving in about 1 hour. No, joking. No, good to see you.
The Chanel exhibition, I think, is closer to September.
Yeah, well, she's going to miss that.
I think we'll all be going. Hi, Charnette. How are you?
Good morning.
Charnette stayed up for Yen's show. Did you get... Oh, you got another Birkin?
My goodness.
We've all been buying Birkins this week. It's hilarious.
What does it look like?
What colour did you get, Charnette? Let us know. So as we mentioned, we're going to do, coffee morning chats. If you guys have questions, let us know in the comment section. I think I'm going to be interviewed.
You are going to be interviewed. I've prepared lots of questions for you, plenty of them.
Let's do it.
I want to start off by just finding out a little bit more about your childhood.
Okay. What do you want to know?
What was it like? Are you an only child?
I have a sister. So I have a sister. She is 10 years younger than me. So there's quite a big age gap.
Okay.
Her name's Kiki.
Really? Is that her full name?
Her full name.
Wow.
Yeah. Hence the Kiki tattoo on my wrist that I always...
thought you just like Drake.
Honestly, you must be the 100th person to say that. So this tattoo gets more recognition about Drake's song, Kiki. Do that song, guys. But actually, my sister's name was before the Drake song, so she is the OG Kiki in my world. And her full name is Kiki. She was actually going to be Kika with an A on the end, which was her grandmother's name, and we ended up going with Kiki, and her full name is Kiki Lola Brown. So she's an absolute cutie. And she's 15 now, which is crazy. We grew up in the countryside, so I grew up in a place called Bearsted, which is kind of deep dark Kent.
Wow.
In the Garden of England, as some people call it. I had a very country lifestyle. I played in fields and gardens and climbed trees as a kid, and then I moved to London when I was 18, and that's when I met Sabrina.
So what made you move to London?
So we moved to London as a family collectively. Hi Sabrina, good morning. Yeah, we moved to London collectively as a family. My father actually had sold his company, so at that time we wanted a change. We wanted, my sister wanted to, go to a new school, and I had just finished school and knew I wanted to come to London. So collectively as a family, it worked really well for us to all move up to London.
So was this company Watchfinder then?
It was.
Oh, brilliant.
Yes.
Look how, it's almost like you read my questions already, because I was going to say, what is Watchfinder? What was it?
It's Watchfinder. So if you guys have heard of Watchfinder before, you'll know that it's quite a similar concept to Luxury Promise. Watchfinder is the biggest resale platform for all things watches. My dad was the founder in, I think it was 1999 or 2000, kind of around that time. I was obviously a baby at the time. And then around 20 years later, he sold it to a group called Richemont.
Okay.
He was the first resale platform to ever exit to a company such as Richemont. And I obviously had a great experience kind of watching him grow the business, and then actually eventually becoming involved with the business as I got older. So when I hit 17, I was like, I need to make some money. I have things I want to buy, places I want to travel to, and the only way that I could do that obviously was to work. I
So
always
you
worked.
didn't want to go into further education or anything like that?
If I would have gone into education, I would have done something really random like marine biology.
So I was going to ask, what was your favorite subject at school?
It was English and history.
My favorite subject was English literature
Yeah.
and language.
Yeah, my absolute favourite class was English literature, and my teacher was the absolute best. I went to an all-girls grammar school. It was a very, very tough school.
Did you see what Charnette just said? She said she bought her first
Wow.
Rolex from Watchfinder.
I love that.
Wow,
And
you
Sabrina
really are
as well.
part of the family, Charnette.
First watch from Watchfinder and first Birkin from Luxury Promise.
Ooh.
That's amazing, Charnette. I love that.
Wonderful. Oh, and yes, you said Sabrina appreciate you. Oh, that's lovely, Charnette.
So I went to a very strict all-girls grammar school, and I did English literature and history, and also a class that not many people know about called Classical Civilization.
Okay.
It's essentially Greek mythology. So it was a mix of like English religion and history. So all of my favorite topics.
What's your zodiac sign? I asked Sabrina this the other day.
I'm a Sagittarius.
Oh, wow.
Yeah.
Spicy. Fiery.
Can be, yeah. Yeah.
Okay, what's your actual birthday? Is it
December
15th?
Yeah.
Okay, cool.
Yeah.
Right.
I feel like a true Sagittarius, to be honest.
I think you definitely are. So what did your mom do when you were growing up?
My mum was always a florist. So she was in event planning, floristry. So she was always working super hard. Both my parents are such hustlers, but in such different worlds. My mum's very creative, and obviously floristry and event planning is very kind of hands-on. Hours of work and prep and care that goes into like you know, just making a bouquet for a bride on their wedding day, you know.
Yeah.
She would always take me to work. I remember working with her from like 13 to like 14 is kind of when I started to get involved with her, help her on the weekends. But she was always very creative and into her floristry and event
Fantastic.
planning. Yeah.
Oh, thank you very much. Oh, hey, Alexandrine. I've always loved your name as well.
Yeah.
And when Sabrina went live the other day, I could see everybody's pictures, so I could put a face to the names, like Vintage Kelly Girl and everybody. So good morning to everybody who's
Morning,
tuning
guys.
in. Oh, okay, so Charnette's a Sagittarius too. So your mom's going to be here tomorrow, isn't she?
She is. So if you are available tomorrow, daytime, we will be doing an event in the Luxury Promise headquarters. It will start around 10 a.m, so make sure to arrive at 10. And we're both going to be doing together, myself and my mum, we're going to do a flower bouquet making
Oh, so you know
class.
how to arrange flowers too.
I could arrange a flower
we're gonna
bouquet.
put you on the spot.
Yeah, no, she's actually super nervous, but she's so
Is
talented.
she?
Yeah, because she says, "Can you do the talking? Because that's all you do. You know, that's what kind
talk
of like,
for a living.
Yeah, you talk for a living, and I make flowers for a living. So
Yeah.
she's like, together we can do something really fun. So it's going to be amazing. Between 10 and 12, we'll be doing kind of breakfast, coffees, and floral bouquet making. You actually can take the bouquets away and keep them at home as well. She actually went to the market this morning and bought all the flowers. It's going to be beautiful.
So do your parents, they reside in London as
They
well?
do, yes.
Okay, awesome.
They do, yeah.
Okay.
And then at 12, midday tomorrow, I'll be doing a watch show as well. So it's going to be a fun morning at the HQ. If you guys are available, make sure to come by and email sarah@luxurypromise.com to make sure that you have a slot on the guest list.
We want to know how many people are coming.
Yeah.
Spread the word.
Exactly.
It's going to be a really nice meet and
Yeah.
greet, isn't it? I'll be here in the morning as well. Oh, okay. So it's Alexandra and Grace. How old were you when you got your first luxury bag? Great question.
Yeah, I was 18. It was my 18th birthday that I got a Louis Vuitton monogram backpack.
Oh.
Yeah.
You still have it?
It got stolen.
Sorry.
It's okay. I replaced it almost immediately.
I think you got lots more bags now.
So it was the mini. It was like the mini backpack. I remember buying it from the store. This is before I met Sabrina. You guys know I don't shop new handbags from the store ever anymore. I only buy them from LP. But that was the first and probably one of the only bags I've ever bought from the store pre-Luxury Promise. And I know, and I remember calling Sabrina actually when it got stolen. It had my laptop, my passport, everything in it.
Really?
I just
Your
landed.
life in it.
I just landed in another country, ready to have a week off, and I remember calling Sabrina, crying, "Sabrina, my bag's been stolen!" And it actually got stolen at a car rental place. As I was signing the papers to rent a car, it was definitely an inside job. My bag was taken, and my passport was found half a day later on the road
I'm glad that you found your passport.
after I'd cancelled it.
Okay, well, boo-hoo. That's terrible. beautiful. Like, that's literally your life in your bag, isn't it?
Yeah, I know. And I had to even extend my holiday, which wasn't so bad.
Was this in the
end.
States?
No, I was in Ibiza.
Okay, I was going to say. It doesn't sound like it was here in the UK.
Honestly, within 10 minutes of landing, my bag had been taken.
That wasn't a very good holiday, was it?
I mean, I had to stay 2 days later, so I ended up having 2 extra days because I couldn't fly home without my passport. But apart from that, it was a very sad day, and that's the thing. All of my items have very much a sentimental value.
Yeah.
So that bag was like the first bag that I ever got. It was a gift for my 18th on my birthday from my parents, and I was so sad, not because it had been stolen, but it was something I wanted to keep and pass down
forever.
So, I was really sad about that.
You've got lots of other bags now. Charnette, yes, you can certainly answer that question. Tell us what your first luxury bag was. This is interactive. Share the word that we're live right now. We're just having a nice little chat, and we're getting to know you as well at home.
Well,
yeah. So Grace actually has coffee for this coffee morning.
Always in the mornings.
So I've prepared some more questions for you.
Okay.
All right. So how would your parents describe you? How would your parents describe what you do? And how would they describe you?
I would like to think that they're very proud of me. My mum and my dad have always pushed me to be independent and, work hard and build the life that I want myself.
Okay.
So they would definitely say I'm determined, very independent, and hopefully outgoing and fun as well.
And you've mentioned Sabrina a couple of times.
Yes.
So obviously with your background from Watchfinder and that being a, kind of resale platform, what made you want to invest in Luxury Promise? What kind of feeling did you get when you met Sabrina?
I remember the day so clearly. Like, I remember what she was wearing, like
really?
Literally where it was. It was the strangest thing. And we met instantly. And at the time, I was really passionate about content. And I kind of wanted to go down the creative route. And now, obviously, at Luxury Promise, it's all so creative. So it kind of worked out really well. But at the time, I was insistent on working in social media and creative content, and Sabrina was looking for someone to run the Instagram. I think at the time she had maybe 4,000 or 5,000 followers. It was kind of right at the beginning.
Yes.
And we just instantly clicked, and she pretty much offered me a job on the spot. It was hilarious.
She just felt like a really good...
Yeah, and then 3 days later she had me on a plane flying to Dubai.
Lovely.
Because at the time she was living in Dubai.
And she'd met Joanna by then.
So Joanna had been with Sabrina for maybe a month or two.
So around the same time.
Yeah, so around the same time. She had me on a plane maybe 2 or 3 days later, and it was my first time traveling to the Middle East ever. And it was like a whole new culture for me. I'd always traveled within Europe. I think I'd been to Mexico once. That was like the furthest I'd ever been. So the Middle East for me was very daunting and scary. It was like a whole new culture that I'd never experienced. And I honestly, from the second I met Sabrina, I just learnt so much. My eyes were open to the world and new cultures, and that's something that I really love.
I can see, because one of the first things I'll tell you that Grace mentioned to me is, I love America. Yeah. So what's your love affair with New York?
I love how creative everyone is, and I love downtown New York. I love Soho,
the buildings and everything looking like they're going to fall on you.
And I have this American dream that one day I'll have the warehouse style apartments in Soho,
like a loft.
A loft, and they have the stairs outside the windows, and I don't know, I just love New York and the creativity and the freedom, and everyone's so friendly.
You think that?
I think everyone is so
I've never
friendly.
been to the States. I've never been to New York. Obviously, I've been to the States. I was born in the States. But I've never been to New York at all, or even that far east, to be honest with you. So I can't really say. I've always felt like maybe it would be a little bit like London.
It's very much like London.
Okay.
Yeah, very much. I'd say, the same... I mean, the weather's much better in New York. I have to say, you get lots of blue skies in New York in comparison to here.
But that's changing.
Yeah.
Not because we want it to. Though.
Yeah.
I missed Mo's comment here. So, okay. So Charnette said, I know I've been following since day one. So Mo said, and because of LP, my handbag collection just grew and bank balance went down. Got a lot of lovely handbags.
Yeah, I agree, Rachel. Honestly, New York is amazing. I again, the creativity and the freedom and everyone's style, and everyone is very expressive with themselves, and I just love that. That's my favorite thing. Also, I think Central Park is probably my favorite park in the whole world. Like, I think it is so stunning. And always as a kid, my most memorable moment actually in New York is driving through the Lincoln Tunnel like Elf did.
Mm-hmm. Really?
Yeah, I dreamt of that moment.
So you would like to live there?
Yes.
Okay. But we don't want to lose you here,
No,
Grace.
I know. I'll never go for too long.
You'd always come back.
London's home.
Okay, so mentioning a little bit about some people here are talking about how LP has grown. What are your views for what kind of goals do you have for Luxury Promise in the near future?
So many goals.
Oh, is there?
As Sabrina would say, taking over the world one handbag at a time.
Okay.
I think we're definitely on a mission to do that. I think, just spreading the word with Luxury Promise. I know. Did you see this?
I saw something about boys.
American boys are British guys. Well, my boyfriend's American, so I was
no wonder you like it then.
He is a New Yorker. He is.
Is he?
He is, yeah.
Oh, wow. I didn't even ask.
No.
The questions that I put down,
I don't talk about
I was
that
like,
on the
we're
shows.
not talking about relationships.
We're not. That's it. That's all you get. That's it. Goals for Luxury Promise. I think there's so much more that we can do. I think there's other areas in the world that I think we can conquer and bring Luxury Promise to. I think, again, global access, as Sabrina's always talked about, is her main key, and being able to, spread the word of Luxury Promise globally and really make it, a global community filled with
American men all day. Now, I like British men and French. Oh,
yeah.
it's delicious.
I think that I would say it's hard to talk about on a broader scope of what to do with Luxury Promise as a whole, but I think this year my main focuses are going to be expanding the content, the crazy marketing that we do, campaigns, billboards, more shows, more hosts, more product. That's kind of, I think, my main goal for this year. We have some really exciting things coming up that I can't say much about. But over the next 6 months, guys, there's going to be so much for you guys to get involved in, community events, trips, Luxury Promise team, traveling, going to new cities and that kind of thing. So there's so much to look forward to. I will be heading back to New York next week. This is the first, not next week, sorry, the week after. This is the first time that I'm mentioning this. Myself and Sabrina will be in New York for July.
Okay.
So I'll be there for a few weeks, and Sabrina will be there before me. Exciting things coming in July. I can't really say much else yet, but July is going to be a great month.
Wonderful.
For us.
So you're building up towards, I bet Christmas is going to be outrageous.
We did just have a quick conversation about what's happening at Christmas as well this week. So that's in the pipeline. Yeah.
Awesome. Everybody celebrates my birthday at the same time.
When is your birthday?
Christmas.
Is it? Christmas Day? Wow. I feel like that's sad.
It is.
You need a day for yourself.
Every other day is for me then.
Morning, Soph.
Hello. Oh, okay. Charnette said they can't wait for more LP trips. Well, they're in the pipeline. Now, what are your thoughts? You were just talking earlier on about content creation. I have 2 questions for you. Have you ever done any modeling?
I modeled for Luxury Promise.
I mean, would you like to do more?
Yeah, I think so.
I think when people watch, tell me at home, did you not think that Grace was already like a model or something like that? Okay. Anyway, what are your thoughts on social media?
I love social media for the exposure and the community that you can create on social media. I think social media can be a great place and a horrible place, and it's all about finding that balance.
Yes.
I think when it comes to, Luxury Promise as a community across social media, it's very positive, and we have such an amazing platform, and it's, a great way that we can share everything to you all on one platform collectively. I think social media has, like I said, its pros and its cons, and if you use it in the right way, it can be really powerful in the right way. I think it's always important to stay true to yourself and use it for positivity.
Yeah, I would agree. I've worked on lots of different platforms, lots of different streaming channels, and TikTok and TikTok Shop, and this is the most positive platform that I've ever been on.
It should
Literally the
only
best.
be positive.
Well, it is. Compared to other places, I've just been like, well, won't read any of these comments.
Yeah.
And it's just not like that here. Oh, really, Kayan? Yeah, Valentine's Day. Well, do you celebrate your birthday on another day then?
You should.
You definitely should. You definitely should.
I get that Christmas rush. I get my birthday and then Christmas 10 days later, and then that's kind of it for the whole year.
And then you get to party for New Year's.
Yeah, and and then New Year as well. December's a whirlwind. It's always a whirlwind.
Everybody is like, they know everyone here as well.
Yeah.
Which is really, really nice. So more questions for Grace. And then remember, we're going to do this or that. And if you're just now tuning in, good morning to you. Good
morning, guys.
I hope that you're looking forward to a wonderful weekend and a fabulous Friday. Grace has bought up these wonderful books for us. We have a couple of Chanel ones, Louis Vuitton,
We do.
Versace.
I think we should get these pinned. Rachel, I'm going to throw out the SKUs to you. So we have AWL 4249. This is the Louis Vuitton one. I'm going to show you the Chanel one as it's open, but this is something that I've been collecting over the years. I absolutely love these books. It's essentially the brand's catwalks over the years. And you have them, you basically have documented all of the catwalks from, this is 1985.
Wow.
From the 80s all the way through until current. So I pretty much have all of them. I need to add the Vivienne Westwood, and then I've got the collection. So I've been collecting them for years. They not only do they look stunning on a shelf or on
like your coffee
table, but they're actually beautiful to look through. And what I love about these books is you can actually spot luxury promise pieces throughout the catalogue.
You might have some of them at home already.
Exactly. Especially the Chanel one, with the vintage jewellery and some of the ready-to-wear that we have available on our website. You will find them documented in the books. And I love that you can actually see these pieces documented and worn by, the biggest supermodels of all time.
I'm seeing some right now.
I know.
It's fantastic.
Let me show you guys. Look, this is Cruise Collection 1991. And the book is honestly hundreds of images of different looks throughout the shows across the years, the catwalks, and particularly the Barbie year of 1995. Actually, in the Chanel one is really interesting. We're in 1992, 97.
You weren't even around.
I wasn't. Look at guys. You all have seen these pieces at Luxury Promise.
Ooh! Didn't Kim Kardashian wear something like that?
You guys would have seen this. Do you remember this? This is 1995 Barbie runway, and it's honestly so fun to look through these. I will give you the SKU for the Chanel one, Rachel. It's AWL 4247. We've got Kate Moss in here. We've got Naomi Campbell in here. They're so much fun to look through. I spent hours looking at these.
Beautiful.
And they make great gifts as well. So we do have several brands. We have Louis Vuitton, we have Chanel, we have Versace, and we have YSL. So we'll get those pinned.
Here's the Versace one.
If you guys want those, grab them. We only have a few left in stock.
How much are they?
They range, I think, if you'll be able to find they're £60. £60, and that's $76 US. Alexandria, it's not free shipping today. But we do ship globally, and we will cover the customs on those for you, customs and duties.
And just said about
travel safe, Kayan.
Please. Yes. So I would definitely get one of those. I love the Chanel one. How many are there in total that you have?
From what I've seen before, you have the Chanel, Prada, Louis Vuitton, Dior, YSL, Vivienne Westwood, Versace. There's probably between 7 and 10 from what I've seen
almost
before.
all of them.
And I'm almost there.
Okay, so I wanted to ask a question about what your perception is of, because you're Gen Z. Mm-hmm. And sometimes, I don't know, when I watch morning TV, people are saying, people from Gen Z, they don't really want to work hard. But you're here all the time.
Yes.
And aren't you the youngest investor in
I am.
LP? So what do you think about that stereotype?
I think
that's a weird question.
I get it, and I think my work drive and passion, my work drive comes from my passion for my
You're
job
doing
here.
what you love.
I love what I do. I'm passionate about Luxury Promise, and I do think that my generation do have that passion. I just think there are new ways of working now.
Yeah.
And people don't necessarily look to like a 9-to-5 office job as the standard style of working.
Totally get that.
I think the corporate world has evolved, and there are newer ways of working and being productive. So I just think we have kind of set a standard for a new way of work.
And we learned during the pandemic that people who work from home typically are working just as hard as if you go to an office, but maybe a lot of people, that view hasn't evolved.
Yeah.
Oh, you can see the books pinned here, right? So if you did want to purchase one of them.
Yeah.
Oh, okay. So Charnette, do you have them?
They're gorgeous, aren't they?
Yeah, definitely. I think when I was a little girl, I used to go to, I'm not sure if my aunt had any of these, but I know she would love this. I know she would love just the Chanel one alone and the Prada one.
The colours look great on the shelf as
They
well.
definitely do.
But no, I do. I think there's a new way of work, and kind of this rise of the new ways to build businesses, and I just think it's a new era.
Of course.
Yeah.
That needs to be appreciated. Maybe a lot of people's visions or their view hasn't evolved with what's happening right now.
It's all about having the right team as well.
Yeah. Okay, so speaking about the team here, what kind of personalities are you looking for like the team that you have here at Luxury Promise? What do you think works?
Oh, we don't have a word for... No, that's true, Sabrina, we don't. We are always in the office, but it's a different style up of office. Like, we're on shows, we're doing content, we're having meetings, we're brainstorming. It's a very new, kind of fresh way of work. So it's, you know, even though we're here, which is, we have this amazing space to work with as well. It's
like a family kind of vibe.
Yeah, it's just it feels fresh. It feels, you know, new. It's great. I love it. I love this office. And in terms of the team, what we look for, obviously we are kind of a female-led team. That isn't something that's happened on purpose. That's something that just has happened naturally. I think that we have found team members who are passionate about what they do, and again, we're all passionate about the product that we sell, but actually also about kind of the business morals and the unique culture that we have throughout the team.
Absolutely. Yeah, 100%.
Yeah.
Because you're here so much, you want to gel together.
Yeah.
And this is one of the things that I've certainly noticed. It's, even though everybody's getting things done, I think you can see how everybody's rushing from a live and they're doing this, and it's just kind of like really like all hands on deck. It's a really nice like atmosphere here, and not super intense. It's a little bit relaxed, which I think is quite nice too. Hi, Stevie Atkins.
Hi, Stevie.
Seeing you all travel to amazing places is wonderful to see. Well, you're going to be seeing more of that. And Can, you said, I think not that Jen said doesn't want to work, but they also treasure their lives and experiences, not just bringing the slave to the company. I totally agree with that. I totally do. They're the future. So I think it's just some people's views. It's hard. Every time I turn on daytime television, they're always just like, Generation Z, they don't want to work, or millennials, they're always complaining. I'm like, well,
no,
why
I
are we?
I think our generation is more determined than ever, and I think
you have to be.
Yeah, there's a lot.
And there's a lot with this company that is going to, like, for me, the sustainability is one of the reasons why when I first met you, that's one of the things that I loved. And I think that your generation appreciates that the most.
Yeah, I agree. And that's a great thing, actually, you know, with Luxury Promise. I think my generation are a lot more conscious with, you know, what they're contributing into the environment and how we're shopping, and just being generally more conscious about our living standards and the way that we live. And obviously Luxury Promise, not only can we shop amazing pieces, for example, you know, the vintage pieces, one of one, you create that unique style for yourself because you're shopping pieces that you can no longer buy in store, but essentially you are looking after the environment better with a more conscious and sensible way of shopping.
Oh, totally.
You know, giving something a new life is the way that we look at, you know, pre-loved.
Piggybacking on that, why don't you go and buy bags directly from the store? Because my aunt, she's from Indiana, where I'm from, and she went to Harrods, and she went in there and she was just thinking, oh, there's lots of stuff in here. I wonder if it's all going to be sold and everything. And I think what's really nice about Pre-Loved is you're giving that product a new lease of life. So why don't you go to the stores in the traditional way anymore?
I think our customers at Luxury Promise are all very different. So I think I'd actually love to hear your opinion, guys, why you shop with Luxury Promise rather than in stores. For me personally, it will differ with everyone, but for me personally, I don't want to pay full price for a bag.
Good. Yeah.
And I don't mind a few little scratches, or, you know, if the corners are slightly worn. For me, it makes the item more wearable. I don't have to worry about, babying a bag. I'm also saving, 50% off of retail. And I can also shop things that not everybody has. And I do tend to, for me personally, my style, I tend to pick pieces that are slightly more unique. I like to pick pieces that I know I can buy for X amount, and then in 5 years' time sell it for double or triple. So the way that I shop has very much changed since I've been with Luxury Promise. I no longer shop trends. I shop things that I know that I can create like longevity with.
Capsule wardrobe.
Capsule pieces, rare bags, something that, people will see and go, wow, I've not seen that before. Where did you get that? That kind of conversational piece, unique to me. And also I'm saving money. I'm not spending full price.
Yeah. They're all wonderful reasons. Why do you prefer Luxury Promise or shop there? Some of you probably do still shop from the stores, but I think it's nice to hear that that's something that's changed for you.
Yeah.
Okay. Right. So we already covered what star sign. What are you most proud of about Luxury Promise?
There's so much. I think being here for so long and watching the journey of the company and kind of having this like dream with Sabrina and Joanna, and kind of, going from a small office to this building and 3 other buildings globally. I think watching the growth and watching kind of a dream unfold in front of me has not only been like an amazing experience, but I've learned so much.
Very rewarding.
So rewarding. And to see, Sabrina's dream unfold in front of me and to be a part of that and being able to have a big, contribution to help that build and grow is probably the best thing.
Well, we've got some questions, some answers to our question here. So Stevie said, I love connecting with people via LP lives from different places in the world and getting to see everyone's unique style shine through the pieces they buy. So that is a great answer. M, I love finding bags that aren't in stores anymore.
I agree, M. That's my favorite.
Same here.
Yeah.
A lot of people love trends. I've never been somebody who's fixated on that. I want something that's going to last for a long time.
Jacqueline, hi. How are you?
You love the customer service, and you said you're in Australia and nothing compares. Wow, I would have thought Australia is a little bit like America. Americans, this, they're going to do anything they can. We love customer service.
Yeah, they really do.
So that's a lovely answer. You said you never had an issue with LP. Well, that's brilliant because, here's the thing. With an online company, it's important to have social proof, and you guys are the social proof. Everyone who's here, who's had wonderful experiences, especially as there's new hosts on board, we're bringing new people eventually to the lives as well. It's nice to hear your experiences.
Yeah.
Okay, now Rachel, thank you for your message. You said as a vegetarian, I like it because the bags are already in circulation and not made for demand, and that is definitely, I co-sign with you there.
Yeah.
Charnette, it's about learning about my bag before I actually purchased it with confidence. That's the connection that I've had with jewelry, because through these particular platforms, you can learn a lot more about your piece than if you're going to go into a store.
Yeah, I agree, actually. I think that's a great point. I love buying bags that the history behind them interests me as well. For example, you all know how much I have a Rasta Dior saddle bag, which was a limited edition collection designed by John Galliano. And it's one of those bags that I knew I had to have it, and I bought it straight away. And it's one of those pieces that I get stopped everywhere whenever I buy it. And I'm proud to say I bought this from Luxury Promise. It's limited edition. It's the Rasta collection designed by John Galliano. I've got all the facts behind it, and it just makes the bag even more special knowing kind of the history behind it as well.
So
I love that.
Yeah, that's great.
Yeah.
Wonderful. So many people have similar stories that they have that just, fantastic, iconic piece. Jacqueline, you said, I've spent a lot of money and been satisfied. Oh, brilliant.
Good.
That's brilliant. So this is great that you hearing from you all about what what you love about LP. Okay, so would you say you're an introvert or an extrovert?
I am an extrovert in a setting that I'm comfortable with.
Okay.
I think actually one thing that I have really worked on with Luxury Promise is my confidence with public speaking. So the live shows, obviously, I feel like I could just log on and do a show and talk super comfortably. I feel like it doesn't really feel like I'm talking to a screen because you guys are always in the comments. But I've definitely been thrown in the deep end in some situations where I've had to do kind of talks and speeches and speak publicly in front of everyone. So I think my confidence has definitely grown. I'm very comfortable to talk in front of people now, and I could confidently stand on a stage and host.
Cool.
So I think I've become more of an extrovert over time.
Okay. But in your core?
In my core, probably an introvert.
I thought this because you have cats like I am.
Yeah.
So I would maybe describe you from what you're saying is you're an omnivert. Like my sister told me this, which is in a public setting, you can flourish and you enjoy that. But really you like your own space and your selected people and your pet and your own time.
That's exactly what
That's
I am.
how I am.
Yeah.
Selectively social.
Yeah. I love that. Selectively social. That's so true.
That's how I am.
Yeah.
And when I'm ready to go, I'm like, bye.
Yeah. Social battery dies. Yeah.
Stevie Atkins, you said every day is a learning day when you join the LP Lives. It's brilliant. Awesome. Thank you so much. Okay. So, introvert, extrovert, what would you say that Sabrina is? I think she's a little bit more like an extrovert.
Yeah, I would say she's an extrovert. Yeah. Sabrina can like light up a room. Like she's
got a big personality.
Yeah, I think her energy is like contagious when she's in a room.
Here's a weird question for you.
Okay.
If you had to eat one meal for the rest of your life.
Pasta.
Okay, that was quick.
Yeah.
So that would be your death row meal as well?
Pasta.
What?
Yeah.
Oh, do you have Italian heritage?
Very small. Very small.
Have you done one of those kind of DNA?
I have. It was a mix.
It
was a shock.
Well, you're from everywhere.
I'm from everywhere. I am a mix. Global mix. Yeah.
Awesome.
Yeah.
What's your favorite color and what does that say about you?
Yellow is my favorite color.
Nobody normally likes yellow.
I love yellow, and you all know I love yellow. I don't know what it is. The thing is now, every time I think about color, I just see Hermes Birkins in my head, which is a real problem.
Okay, I was gonna say Chanel. We're gonna do this or that later, but Chanel or Hermes?
Hermes.
You can answer at home, Chanel
Hermes or vintage Chanel.
You can't choose. You have to choose one. I'm going to let you guys at home in a little bit get on this as well. Oh, Charnette, you said, look at my Birkin.
Oh, I'm going to have a look at your order after, Charnette.
From Trudy at 12 midnight. Oh, fantastic. And also, you know, one of the wonderful things about having a platform like this is where else can you shop and learn these things at midnight, too?
Yeah.
There's, you know, lots of places you can shop from, but you won't learn anything because they're not doing lives.
Yeah. No, I love yellow. I think it reminds me of sunshine and summer.
It's the color of happiness.
Really?
It literally is the color of happiness. So, you know, citrine, sorry to be boring with gemstones, but I've always said it's like the gemstone of happiness. It's like sunshine in a gemstone.
Gorgeous.
Or like your little
My
gorgeous
yellow situation.
Yes. Okay, so what's the most important lesson you've learned over your career?
Consistency is key. Mm-hmm. And you always have to kind of set yourself apart. I think the additional efforts and work that you put into your career make a difference.
Yes.
I think the extra time and the extra care that you put in makes a difference.
Yes, so it's consistency.
Yeah.
And do you have a hack as an entrepreneur that you would recommend?
Staying organized and having a routine.
She's really organized.
And honestly, the gym, I know this sounds really crazy, and I'm not a gym girl. I never have been. I've been always super lazy. But the gym has really like I feel like I can wake up easier. My body clock's better.
Mental health is improved.
My mental health. It's like my time to just really enjoy and look after myself. As Rachel was saying, I also love a notebook. I'm so old-fashioned. I always have a notebook and pen, and I always have multiple on the go. So I have like a journal that I journal in for like personal stuff. I have like a live show one. I have a work one. Like I have so many notebooks, and I'm a list girl. I write lists, and crossing off my list throughout the day is so satisfying. So
fantastic.
Lists and the gym and a good routine in the week is really important to me.
Fantastic.
Yeah.
Do you like reform or Pilates? This is a personal question. Okay.
Yeah.
You guys didn't need to know that.
I love it.
Okay. And other than this as your occupation, what would you like to try?
That's really hard. I don't
If
know.
you
I
weren't-
feel so fulfilled with Luxury Promise.
If you weren't doing this, what do you envision that you would be doing?
I've always been a performer, I think. I used to dance, so I used to be a dancer.
What type?
Ballet.
Oh, wonderful.
Yeah. I actually got a really bad back when I was 15, 16, so I had to kind of give it up. But I've always been a performer. I'd like to explore, actually funny you said, I'd like to explore that kind of like maybe the modelling route.
You should.
Like more presenting, that kind of thing.
Yeah, you
well.
definitely should. Don't you think she should? When I went on your Instagram, I was like, what? She, if she doesn't model, she definitely should. I don't know why I was typing. I wasn't putting that in her comments. I was just thinking in my head.
But also, you know, one day I think Sabrina's taught all the girls so much, and you know, once Luxury Promise is where we want it to be, I think we all will have the skills and the capabilities and the creativity to be able to, you know, try our own things and go and build our own businesses hopefully as well.
Of
one day.
course. Yeah.
Yeah.
That's part of ruling the world.
Yeah.
That's Sabrina's business
She's building this
mission statement.
She's building this kind of community of like really powerful entrepreneurial women, which is amazing.
Totally. Okay, Charnette, you said, Grace, would you consider yourself shy?
I can be very shy, and I've really like I'm very aware of it, so I'm like always actively trying to like not come across as shy.
You
The
don't.
live shows really helped me actually come out of my shell. They really did. Like the just being able to speak comfortably on camera for like, you know, consecutively 2-3 hours like is really helped me.
But normally you would say you're a shy individual.
I'm kind of shy.
Really?
Yeah.
It's nice.
I can be.
It's interesting that Charnette could see that. I would say it's like you're down to earth a little bit. And I think that, I'm not sure how many of you have cats at home, but often people who like cats, they're a little bit like cats.
Yeah.
This is how I feel, at least.
It's so
So
true.
I'm not necessarily shy, but I'm kind of like, you know how cats kind of like their particular people.
Yeah. Yeah. Selective.
Yes.
Yeah. I agree. I'm selective.
And the way you described yourself, it's like you're coming back in your next life as a really
cat.
beautiful cat.
Yeah.
With a really good owner.
That's a good question, actually. What would I want to be if
What would you want to be if you're... okay, we can start our this or that.
Yeah,
What would
okay.
you want to become... Okay, this is not a this or that.
No.
But what would be the... If you could choose to be an animal, what would you choose to
I'd
be?
be in the sea.
Would you?
Yeah, I'd be in the sea.
Why?
I'm fascinated by the ocean. Like I mentioned
wow.
briefly earlier about I would have done marine biology at
Yes.
university. If I didn't like the nice expensive things in life, I'd be happy just being a dive instructor somewhere on the beach.
Or a
like that.
mermaid.
That's my joke. You know the real reason I have long hair is
You're a mermaid,
I've always
really.
wanted to be a mermaid, and I've never cut my hair since I was a kid because I want to look like a mermaid.
Have you watched Mer People on
Yeah, I
Netflix?
have.
Oh my gosh, get out of here, Grace.
did watch it,
My
yeah.
brother messaged me and he said they say turtles a lot on there, which is one of my catchphrases.
Yeah. But no, I love the ocean. That's like I actually I have like a really strong passion about the ocean.
Isn't it interesting that we know less about the ocean, our own ocean, than we know about outer space?
Yeah.
How incredible is that?
I know there's a lot of mystery. There's definitely mermaids. I believe in them.
Well, you could, what?
There's mermaids.
There's a lot. Well, I can't say there isn't.
Mermaids.
Do you believe in aliens?
Yes.
Then there could be mermaids. Okay, what comments are we missing here? Charnette. Okay, she said she could tell that you're a little bit shy. Okay, now Sabrina, she said she's got her future leaders
she
on
does.
team.
She really does.
Awesome. Okay,
I have seen.
I did
Jacqueline,
see it.
I've seen
it
Flash.
multiple times
Yeah,
too, Jacqueline.
I just am fascinated by mermaids.
Yes, Rachel said she loved that as a kid as well.
I love that film.
Me
I might
too.
Watch that later,
I've
actually.
watched it many times. Okay, so we're gonna start our this or that. Oh, hold on a second before we do. What's one question you wished I'd asked you? You probably wish I didn't ask you as many questions as I did.
Well, you're probably going to ask me in this or that, but maybe like currently what is my favorite brand? Maybe.
Yes, I am.
You're going to ask me that.
Well, I can't. I already kind of did Hermes or Chanel.
Bottega Veneta at the minute is my favorite
Is it?
brand. Yes, I am fascinated by their colors. All the colors they have, the leathers. I just think they hit kind of that quiet luxury so perfectly. There's the way that Bottega have built their brand around no logos. You know, there's no distinctive like Bottega or you know BV logos on any of their items, but you know it's Bottega by the look of the leather, the style of the bag. so well.
So you're there.
And I think they've really created timeless pieces that, you know, are going to last in your wardrobe for a lifetime. And they're just very, you know, they're distinctive for the shape.
What if somebody was new to Luxury Promise and wanted to shop? What would you recommend that should be their first purchase?
Depends on their style, the budget. That's way too hard. That's way too broad.
I would say sunglasses at this time of year. You were trying on a lot of sunglasses.
Yeah.
And I think that's a nice thing that you're going to get, and you're going to wear it throughout the summertime. I would say maybe it's because I was already thinking about it. I asked you that because I wanted to know your questions.
Sunglasses and belts. I always say I still shop high street. Zara's like my go-to spot. And I can throw on a Chanel chain belt and a pair of sunglasses and make a high street brand look really luxury and expensive. And I think if you are building out that collection, definitely start with those staple accessories, even the silk scarves that you can style, you know, as tops, as scarves, as head wraps on the wall, in frames. Like there's a lot you can do with those accessories.
Do you like homewares and
I do, yeah.
Interior design?
I do, yeah. I'm very into interiors, actually.
It's creative all over. Okay, you had a question there. So Charnette said Chanel. Yeah. I like Chanel as well. That's my favorite brand. And you said, so A said, what Bottega bag would you say is timeless, not trendy?
I think the Jodie is timeless. I think the shape of a Jodie is very distinctive. If you know what a Jodie is, you know that it's Bottega. But I think the Jodie bag and also the pouches that have kind of the metal closure at the top that don't have a strap are super timeless as well. So I would say they're kind of my top two favorites in Bottega, and I think they're here to stay. You know, I think the clutch bags are so versatile. You can do anything from jeans and a tee, but you can also, you know, throw it under the arm for a wedding or an event. Like it's one of those multifunctional pieces that you can dress up and down. And I think the shape is beautiful and classic. And the leather, guys, the leather is so soft and yummy.
You can tell you love it.
Yeah, I do. I love Bottega.
Okay. Yen LP says you have a classy, rich look. You can wear anything and make it look good and expensive.
Yen. Thank you, Yen.
I would agree.
Thank you.
Okay, right. Oh, yes. Charnette, you're responding to Rachel there. Should we do a little bit of this or that for the last few minutes? Okay, so vacation or staycation?
Vacation.
You have to answer in the comments too. We want to hear from you. So you've been watching for the live. Tell us, would you rather go on vacation or would you rather have a staycation?
Vacation.
Rachel, vacation. I would rather go on vacation. I haven't been on a vacation properly since 2015. Yeah, that's sad.
Jacqueline.
Okay, you say Grace. Okay, Birkin or Kelly?
Right now, the Kelly.
Okay. Everybody else can answer that too. Yeah, you can put your this or that's in there. Ooh, Rachel, you said Birkin. Yen, you said you need one. We're gonna help put that out there in the atmosphere for you.
Yeah.
Okay, so Birkin or Kelly?
Kelly.
Where's Sabrina? You want them all, don't you?
That's the thing. It's like I want a Birkin on a Monday and a Kelly on a Tuesday.
Don't make me choose. Okay. Right. Next one. Morning or night? I already asked you this. Grace says she likes her sleep. She likes her bed.
I have begun to love my mornings because I now can get up in the morning without hating the mornings. Mm-hmm. So I am a night girl. I do love to socialize and enjoy, but I'm strict with my time. Like I only really socialize Friday or Saturday with my friends, and then the week I'm like work mode, full dedication to work and my routine. So it's balancing, but yeah, maybe nighttime.
So I'm a nighttime person.
Oh, yeah.
Rachel, you said morning. Jacqueline just bought a Birkin bag. Well,
she's saying you just bought a Birkin. I did just buy a Birkin.
Oh, you did? I thought she said that.
I do have a Kelly, so I have both now.
Okay, rich and famous or rich and unknown?
Oh, that's so hard. I think I like the idea of fame, but I'm also quite a private person, so it's. Oh, I don't know.
You're definitely an omnivert.
Yeah, I don't know, actually. That's hard. The rich part is definitely
yes.
Maybe I think if you have the right support system around you, if you have the fame, I think then rich and famous.
Yeah, but if you don't.
If you don't, then it's tough.
Yeah, I'd rather be unknown.
Yeah.
Rachel said she'd rather be rich and unknown. Okay, passenger or driver?
Driver.
Same. Art museum or history museum?
History museum.
Car or bike?
Car.
The way you said that, I was like, car.
My boyfriend has a bike, so I'm like, car.
Does he ever come over here?
Yeah, he did. He
Okay.
came over last week. Yeah.
That's enough questions about him, though. That's nice he comes and visits you. Okay, train or plane?
Plane.
Owe money or owe a favor?
Oh, a favour. Never want
Want to owe anybody money. Okay, coffee or tea?
Coffee.
And be or embarrassed or be afraid?
Afraid.
Rachel's answering. So she said plane, bike. I think a lot of people are very similar here. Am I asking them too quickly for you guys to message though? Oh, Jacqueline says, but everyone, okay.
Famous.
Okay. I don't know. To be embarrassed. I would rather be embarrassed than be afraid, to be honest with you.
I get an adrenaline kick from being afraid.
Do you?
You know, like when you do those scary mazes at Halloween, like you're terrified, but it's like you feel the adrenaline.
Ooh. Wow. I don't know. I'm never really afraid of anything, though. Do you have any fear of, like, spiders or...
My fear is so strange.
What is it?
Laugh at me. They're not even real. I just have this weird thing that, like, I'm terrified of zombie films.
Ooh.
Like,
at least you can stay away from that.
Terrified of zombie films, like the noise, the way they move. It's my worst nightmare is a zombie apocalypse, and it's not even real. So guys, don't think I'm crazy, but it's a real fear. I tried to overcome it at Halloween once. I did the zombie maze, and the poor guy, the actor, was like, "Do you need help? Do you need to leave?" I'm like, "Please get me out of here. This is awful." Like, yeah, zombie films.
So you've never watched Walking Dead or anything like that?
Even Shaun of the Dead terrifies me.
Really?
Yeah, it absolutely terrifies me.
Wow.
I know.
What about Michael Jackson Thriller?
Horrible. Give me some
Oh,
shivers.
Rachel says she knows how to prank you though now.
Rachel, if you want to see me cry, that's
We should all come into work as zombies here. Okay, so Jacqueline has answered. You said like a roller coaster.
Afraid,
It's like being afraid. And then coffee. Okay, brilliant. So, let me just see if there's any more that I can ask here. To lose sleep or skip a meal? I'd rather skip a meal than lose sleep.
Neither.
You have to choose.
Probably skip a meal right now.
Okay, that's how I would be. But I love food too.
Yeah, me too.
All right. Now I already know. I want to ask you this one, but I already know what it's going to be. Ambition or comfort?
Ambition.
Yeah, I don't. Nothing great happens when you stay in your
being
comfort
comfortable
zone.
scares me.
Yeah, nothing great happens when you stay in your comfort zone.
Yeah.
Play or stand-up show?
A play.
I'd like to go to a good stand-up comedy. I love to have a good laugh. Yeah, for sure. Camping or glamping?
Glamping.
Cooking or being cooked for?
Cooking.
So can you cook?
I do cook, yeah.
Brilliant.
Yeah.
You're not going to be like on Love Island. I don't know if any of you all are watching that, but I've watched this season, and I was thinking, you guys are on here and you can't even cook pasta? What?
Yeah, cooking. I love to cook. It's my my evening ritual, cooking dinner when I get home.
Okay.
It's like my downtime.
That's what you like to do?
Yeah.
To decompress. I like cooking.
Yeah.
But particularly when I have somebody to cook for.
Yeah.
Jacqueline said she would rather skip a meal than skip sleep. And Rachel, you said you like to be cooked for. You can't cook. Oh, so you're going to be like those people on Love Island. I'm sure you can boil water. Jacqueline said, oh, wow, Rachel. Oh, my goodness. So, shall we talk about the books again a little bit?
We've got probably one more minute and then we'll be heading off, guys. Thank you, everyone, for watching. It was our breakfast show with Luxury Promise that we've just launched this week. And we are back again tomorrow morning, same time, 9 a.m. Alex will be with Sarah, so I think it's going to be like jewellery focused.
Yes.
A nice way to start the jewellery day tomorrow. If you are coming down to the store tomorrow, make sure to email Sarah at luxurypromise.com to secure your place on the guest list.
Yes.
And if you are looking to purchase a coffee book today, they have been pinned. Something that I personally am collecting. I absolutely love these so much. They are documented pictures of all of the runway shows from the brands, and they start in the 80s and they lead all the way up until now. So they're really, really great, really fun to look through. And like I said, I love looking through them and spotting Luxury Promise pieces that you can actually buy at Luxury Promise now, particularly the Chanel one. Some of the jewellery I know we have downstairs makes me want to buy it even more. But guys, honestly, grab these. They're amazing, and they also make great gifts
They
as well.
absolutely do. So
Thank you, Rachel, for being here with us, and thank you all for tuning in.
And I will see you tomorrow.
I will actually be back. Speaking of Bottega, I'll be back today for a full Bottega show at 4 p.m. with myself and Carrie on Instagram. So make sure to tune in 4 p.m. BST today. And if not, guys, make sure to be here for our Super Luxe this afternoon from London HQ.
Fabulous.
And we'll see you guys soon.